What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. God bless America. Senator Ron Johnson, you know, basically said, he wasn't, the Capitol rioters didn't scare him. They were just people who love this country. Now, he would have been afraid if they were Black Lives Matter. And God bless America, man. I love these people, man. I love them. I love them, man. Like, as if a lot of those Black Lives Matter people weren't white. So it's the white people, who are mad about the election, who killed people and broke into the Capitol. Oh, they're just nice. It was clean, good white people who just didn't want to, just didn't, they felt like their rights were impeded because the votes, and they felt like they lost the election. But if it was Black Lives Matter people, hey, I would have been nervous, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. They gonna hang us. They gonna lynch us. They go because he said if they were Black Lives Matter or Antifa's white. The Black Lives Matter protesters that were really over the top and tearing stuff up were white. There's a lot of interlopers, but he act like he don't know that, but I'm sure he does. But this is a bigger issue, right? And the bigger issue is stupidity when it comes to criminality. He's a white guy who's comfortable with white people. And when white people are criminals, it doesn't bother him. Because he can excuse it away. He makes it rational. An insurrection, these are white people. That's not really an insurrection. Okay. They weren't violent. They killed police officers. But they were good white people. They didn't mean to kill those officers. How about that? That's what you're gonna say? They didn't really break any laws. Oh wow. I get they didn't do as much damage as a crowd that big could possibly do. I get that part. But to say they didn't do anything wrong, oh, okay. All right. And he's a Wisconsin senator. And I had to think about it. What happened when they took over the capital of Michigan? Did he think those were good people who love their country too? I wonder, when Cliven Bundy had this standoff with the FBI and put the women and children in the middle of the firing line, did you think they were good Americans too? And then when they subsequently took over a federal building, did he think those were good Americans too? Because all of this stuff had to do with basically being on the right, being far right rather. So it's just a legitimate question, because this all had to do with the far right conservatism or Republican, whatever you want to call it, and all of these ideologies and views who, swim in the racist end. But I like the fact that he's a senator. He's a U.S. senator. He's been a senator for a while, man. So what do you think? You think he's the only senator who thinks like that? He's not. He's just the one who said it. And the best part about it is, when the country had to bail out bankers and Wall Street execs and insurance companies for their misdealings, their straight up greed and criminality, and just sucking the well dry, you never thought about it as maybe these senators think, oh, they're just good white people. They just made a mistake. They really didn't mean to do all this stuff. It just happened. Let's give them some money. Because what it looks like is this mindset subsidizes crime if you're white. So maybe, just maybe, he'll testify, for all of these Capitol rioters, that they should get little to no time. And the question is, watch this George Floyd thing go on because I think they tried to get a change of venue recently. So, you know, in my opinion, he probably thinks Derek Chauvin didn't murder the man. Because that's part of what sparked off the quote unquote the riots and the riots. There were riots in Minnesota. That's what sparked it. So because this white officer doing that, not really a big deal. But you see this mindset over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And the funny part about it is, it reminds me of that couple that when they had the quote unquote Black Lives Matter protest and they was walking down the street and the couple came out with the guns pointed at the people. They're not walking on your property, they're walking on the street. They're walking on the sidewalk, but you gotta be on the front lawn with guns because you're nervous. And a lot of this has to do with guilt, karma, and just, I don't want you to do this to me because you gotta ask yourself, what is his intentions in the Senate when it comes to quote unquote black people if Black Lives Matter scare him so much, but those rioters don't? So you got to think that his voting has some type of racial undertones or overtones to it. But, par for the course. I mean, it's America. That's what it's about. God bless America. The land of the free, the home of the racist. Anyway, hey, and make sure I hope he checked out that game in Oklahoma with those girls and those announcers. I know he was like, that's right, my guys. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Maybe his insulin was low. That's what that was. His insulin was low too. All right, peace, y'all.